We will be presenting now the result of our evaluation with the program of KSU on Nanning, right? On Barangay Nanning, specifically on Barangay Nanning, which is located 1 hour, I think it's an hour or beyond 1 hour from Bulanao going there po. So I am with Carl, Eugene, Emmanuel, and also I have here Peter Calania. So we have here the role of stakeholder engagement in enhancing the evaluation processes of community-based education projects of Kalinga State University. So with the rationale, community-based education projects are vital for sustainable development and meeting local needs, particularly in Kalinga. Institutions like Kalinga State University designed these projects to address educational gaps and enhance community welfare. Their success depends on ongoing monitoring, assessment, and also evaluation. The evaluation process helps us determine how effective and relevant these initiatives are, and stakeholder engagement is essential for gathering diverse insights. This evaluation process or this study focuses now on how stakeholder engagement impacts the evaluation of community-based education projects at KSU involving various groups like the academic staff, students, and also we have community members. For the general objectives, this activity was conducted in order to assess the effectiveness of community-based project evaluation at Kalinga State University, specifically on the weaving program done by KSU to the Nanning to Barangay Nanning. Okay, because at Barangay Nanning we have what we call now indigenous people. So sila po yung aming mga they are considered the stakeholders and also the clientele of KSU. So specifically, it sought to answer the following questions. First is that, what is the profile of the participants in terms of their age, their gender, and their civil status? Also, what is the extent of effectiveness of the community-based project evaluation of Kalinga State University in terms of, first, we have the livelihood project. Second, we have the community engagement. And the third one, we also have academic performance. And is there a significant difference on the extent of effectiveness of community-based project evaluation at Kalinga State University when grouped according to profile variables?
Why do you have to put the word evaluation? Extent of effectiveness. That's already evaluation.
Okay.
You are testing the extent of effectiveness. You are already evaluating. So you remove the word evaluation.
Okay. Thank you for that, Doc. And then for our hypothesis, either there is no significant difference on extent of effectiveness of community-based project at Kalinga State University when grouped according to profile variables. Now on our participants, the participants included, we have the IP of Nanning Heritage Village and Rice Terraces. So yan po yung tawag dun sa village nila specifically do. And then they were, we selected 10 from the total population po using random sampling. Now the tools and materials, the questionnaire was adapted from the study of Omblero 2021. So for the part 1, we assessed the profile of the participants. On part 2, assess the extent of effectiveness of community-based project of Kalinga State University in terms of livelihood project, the community engagement, and the academic performance. For the next presentation, it will be...
select the sample? Random sampling. How did you randomize?
We talk with the barangay captain, sir, with the barangay officials.
Random sampling talaga.
Yes. But we did not compute anymore these logins using this logins
So
log.
you just place there, it's not random sampling. You just place there.
Select.
For possible for sampling.
Convenient sampling.
Okay.
Avoid the
Someone.
Yeah.
We have two strikes. Okay. So for the next presentation, for the next slide, it will be presented by Karen. So take away.
Okay, so for the purpose of this activity, first we explain to them the importance of the community involvement, which is a vital role in education, which is a vital in educational process project evaluation, as it actually strengthens the connection between schools and their communities. Another is that we encourage participants to engage actively by sharing their experiences, ideas, and their best practices. So this interaction actually enhances now the learning and addresses the issues collectively, exchange innovative solutions, and also build partnerships that improve the effectiveness of community-based projects. And then lastly, by the end of the session, participants will understand or gain knowledge on the community-based project evaluation goals, benefits, challenges, and strategies. For the ground rules, so we encourage all participants to speak openly while being respectful of different opinions. We encourage the participants to have an open discussions where participants can actually share their opinions without fear of judgment. We also make sure that there is we avoid interruptions with others and practice active listening to show that engagement and understanding is there.
Yeah, can you please go back to the previous slide? Yeah. So the purpose is to explain the significance of community involvement in education and evaluate the projects that fosters collaboration, sharing experiences, ideas, and best practices. Participants will understand community projects, goals, benefits, challenges, and strategies. You are already evaluating the project, so you want to know if we were able to understand the goals, benefits, challenges, and strategies.
Thank you for that. And then, participants must, so we also provide constructive feedback, engage in discussions, ask questions, and share experiences related to evaluations while being mindful of the limits. What we use is actually closed-ended questions where the participants answers agree, disagree.
You have to listen to their presentation because your question is also invaluable. So after their presentation, you have to ask them questions.
Yes, sir.
O gano'n naman din, pag kayo nagpe-present, sila naman makikritik sa inyo. Okay.
And then, approach discussions with an open mind and welcoming new ideas. And then, regarding our data collection, the researchers collected the detailed feedback from individuals with valuable views on community-based project evaluations in education through interviews. We also engage the community members to map resource and challenge and to observe and document interactions, environment, and programs for a quantitative data. So that must be it must be quantitative, not qualitative. Since we use close-ended questions, not open-ended questions. So, So for our methods, the group discussion and reflection. So we present the key findings and facilitate an open discussions. So for our results and discussions, methodology I should say, sir. So it will be discussed by Emmanuel and Peter.
Thank you so much. I'll continue with our presentation, which is analysis of the data. Frequency and percentage were used to analyze the profile of the participants. Weighted mean was utilized to test the extent of effectiveness of community-based project evaluation of Kalinga State University in terms of livelihood projects, community engagement, and academic performance. So lastly, ANOVA and t-tests were used to analyze the significant difference on the extent of effectiveness of community-based project evaluation of Kalinga State University when grouped according to profile variables.
So these the results of the data that we gathered in NANEX, Community, Heritage, and RISE services from the 10 participants available in the community. So in the age, we make it in a bracket with an interval of 10, and most of the respondents are within the age bracket of 55 to 65, which is 5, and that is equivalent to 50%. And we also have 2, which is within the age bracket of 33 to 43, which is 20%. So as you can see on the table, most of the respondents are already adult and senior citizen. So for gender, we have, I'm sorry, that was a typo error. It should be 8 the females based on the data. I'm sorry, Doc. So 8 for the females. And so this is 4. Yes, no, kasi 8 yung female na in-interview namin. So we have 8 females, and then we have 2 or 20% for males. For the single status, most of them are married, which is 7 or 70%, and we only have 1, which is widow, or 10%. So most of them are married since most of them are 55 to 65. So for the livelihood project, so you can see there's the mean as well as the descriptive interpretation of the mean. So in this table, we use the 5-point Likert scale. The highest is 5 and the lowest is 1. So as you can see here, this is on livelihood project. The project conducted by the Kalinga State University is the livelihood project on weaving. Before, I would like to show you so this is the picture that we have. That is, what's the name? I forgot the name. Inday, and she's 63 years old, and she's been doing that since 1930. So, and so here, the highest actually for the mean, it has the weighted mean, or the category mean is 4.66, which falls under strongly agreed. And the statement which got the highest mean is statement number, the number.
Maling number.
8 is number 8. Which is 8, which is the overall, this one.
4.8.
4 is.
I understand.
So number 8.
This one?
Yeah, over.
Okay. So I am satisfied with the support and resources provided by the livelihood project. And the lowest, as we can see, is 4.66. So there are a lot of 4.60 in the table. So this table actually implies that the IP in NANEX are actually receiving trainings and support from KSU as well as funding and resources for them to improve their livelihood projects on weaving. Next is we have the community engagement. It has a category mean of 4.79, which is interpreted as strongly agree. And statement number 1 got a perfect score, which is I feel a strong sense of belonging to my community. In the community engagement, we interview Nanay Linda in the tourism office, and we also have I forgot the name. We have to interview IP in that place, and they said that most of them they are really back in the community, wherein the KSU are really providing them support, resources, and different activities and extension program provided by the KSU. And for academic performance, so here though, we went to, what's the name of that school? Nanay Elementary School. Unfortunately, it's Saturday, so they don't have a class. We interviewed 3 teachers. We have teacher Rachel, teacher I forgot. Rachel, teacher Rachel. Yeah, Ada. So the 3 of them, and according to them, KSU is providing a support on peer tutoring. Aside from peer tutoring, they also provided assistance on ICT to the students on how to manipulate the computer laboratory in their school, but this is only for grade 5 and grade 6. And as you can see, it has a weighted mean of 4.72 and interpreted as strongly agree. And the highest is number 5 and number 3. They said that they are confident in the ability to complete their assignments in using these technologies, and because they learn from the support and peer tutoring conducted by KSU, as well as they are overwhelmed by the amount of work required for their academic learnings. And so with the programs conducted by KSU, it is very clear that these students, with proper guidance of these teachers, really increase in their academic achievements. Since the descriptive interpretation is strongly agree. I forgot the differential.
Yung word na lang.
Baka sa faculty.
So this is our last objective though, which is on the inferential questions, stating if there is a significant difference on the extent of effectiveness of community-based project of KSU when purported to provide.
I'm not sure. Kay Sir. Handcuff sa dyan di laptop. Laptop. Windows. Your. Bis naman din.
So for the inferential questions, so we test the difference on the effectiveness of community-based project and group according to age.
Nantok na si Sir. Kalma. Kalma din. Kaya basit lang. Saan grounded kaya?
Okay. So as you can see on the results of the ANOVA, p-value is greater than 0.05, which is our alpha. So decision is to accept our high policies. So we can say therefore that there is no significant difference on the effectiveness of community-based project in Kalinga when grouped according to age. Okay. So this implies therefore that the evaluation of the community-based project, which is the livelihood, community, and academic performance at KSU, shows that age does not play a role in how participants perceive or assess the success or impact of these projects. So regardless of whether the participants are younger, middle age, or older, the projects appear to have a uniform level of effectiveness across different age group, which is 55 to 65, 44 to 54, and 33 to 40. For the test of difference on the effectiveness of community-based project when grouped according to gender. So here we use independent sample t-test, and the p-value for the livelihood project is 0.011. Definitely this is lower than 0.05, hence the rejection of the hypothesis. So this simply means that there is a significant difference on the extent of effectiveness of community-based project when grouped according to gender, but only for livelihood projects. So this means that the need for gender maybe sensitive approaches in both the design and evaluation of the project is very important. And it also highlights the importance of considering gender differences when implementing and assessing community-based projects. For the test of difference on the extent of effectiveness of community-based project of KSU when grouped according to civil status, as you can see for community engagement, it has a p-value of 0.40. Obviously, that is lower than 0.05, hence rejection of the hypothesis. So this indicates that there is a significant difference on the effectiveness of the community-based project relative to community engagement when grouped according to civil status. So that is the result for our inferential questions. And we have Sir Eugene to discuss to us the conclusions that we made as well as the
What would be
recommendations.
the reason for the civil status? There is a significant difference.
Yes, Doc. So the reason for the significant difference in the community engagement for civil status is that the civil status actually influences how these participants evaluate, wherein we have three categories for civil status, which is single, married, and we have widow. So meaning to say that these single, married, and widow, they have different perception on the extent of effectiveness. So it varies.
Meron, i-compare mo pa yan sa literature, diba?
Yes,
Kasi
Doc.
wala pa tayong literature.
Rush, taga-rush yung
That's our data. So you can refer that to the existing literature
yes.
or studies. So that your study could either affirm or either confirm or disconfirm existing studies. Okay.
Preferences. Gender preference.
Pero yung instrument nyo,
Ay, gender?
yan, rush din, o hindi yan,
Parang
Kanina yun.
ano kami Doc, nag-add kami ng
hindi validated?
Gender.
kami ang
Kami na lang po sa
Kami nang nag-validate lang.
Pero sa pinang namin yung reliability test niya, and it's all accepted. Dito yung reliability. Actually, niran ko siya Doc.
Yung validity, walang validity.
Kasi ginamit ko yung KS1, KS1, and nakalagay naman doon almost higher than one naman lahat Doc. So, it means to say that these statements are reliable. But validity, just the reliability test.
So for the conclusion, so the evaluation process at KSU is significantly improved by involving diverse stakeholders, which includes students, faculty, and also the community members, and the LGUs, or the local government units. So this approach ensures relevance, robust data collection, and alignment with the academic goals and community expectations. Active engagement fosters transparency, trust, and collaboration, fostering shared ownership of results and commitment to implementing recommendations. So this not only strengthens the evaluation's credibility, but also enhances the impact and sustainability of community-based education projects. So, based on the findings, the following were recommended. So, strengthen stakeholder involvement from the start. So, it is crucial to engage stakeholders such as students, faculty, community members, and local government representatives early in the planning stages of their community-based education projects. And then we have the second one, facilitate continuous communication and feedback mechanisms. So to ensure the evaluation process remains dynamic and responsive, establish regular channels for ongoing
basis
communication.
for evaluation, lahat naman ay positive. What else can you recommend?
Sustaining the sustainability.
May problema ba sa communication? May tinanong ba kayo about communication?
Yung sa logistics niya doon ang problema kasi medyo mahirap yung sa access na
Or maybe that should be the point for your recommendation.
Yes.
Kung ano yung nakita yung sa resulta, that should be your basis for your recommendation.
Tsaka yung depends sa budget.
Oh, but
Hindi siya as for the
Maybe you can consider the no values in your analysis. Diba?
yes.
Kasi very rush naman yung study na to eh. Parang okay na, di ba? Parang medyo convincing, di ba? Pero ibig sabihin, the items that you have to place in your recommendation should be based on the result of your study. Kailangan naman yan sa research, di ba?
Yes,
Tama din.
Ano sa research methods of research? Mag-dissertation kayo.
Okay. Ang ulit kasi ng mga recommendation.
Excited ako sa yung panel.
Nakaiiyak na lang kami.
Good luck, guys.
Mag-panel siya sa
Ako! Baka atras kami.
Huwag na lang talagang mag-ituloy.
Drop na kami ng first trip.
Huwag na ituloy daw.
Facebook.
Yes.
Actually, nung nag-panel siya sa last week, dalawang page na proposal. Isang CSU carried yung instructor at isang umupo siya. Science Ed.
Umuupo siya sa ed.
Sa science end?
Pero dalawa lang inupuan niyo doon.
Gusto niya lang daw upuan.
Nung last week, dalawa.
Hindi kasi philosophy na yung mesa gamit. Kasi
yung topic
ay,
kasi
hindi pala
about
nilagyan
philosophy.
din ng kwan. Parang philosophy po kasi yung tema nung kwento kay
Yung research niya.
So, dapat stick tayo sa science.
Bakit hindi ako nagpapalinggan?
Doc?
Siya na daw muna.
Hindi ko pa nga sure, Doc, kung papunta na kami dun sa presentation ng proposal.
Bakit hindi ako nag-invite?
Ay, kay din po, Doc. I-inform namin siya, Doc. Parang wala po kasi siya nung nagpre-prepare kami. Nasa
Dapat
US.
mag-panel ka doon. Sa ano?
Sa educational management. Huwag sa science ed.
Hindi namin kakayanin doon. Ano tayo, Doc? Baka mahihimatay kami, Doc.
Oo, Doc.
Sa health and science.
Yes, Doc.
MBA.
Action Pharma.
Doc Lambon, are you ready?
Doc,
This should be
Yes, Doc, we will inform
ay
you.
online
Sir
pwede
Joe,
ba?
yes.
Ang mga
present.
Yes.
O kaya, baka may magde-depend ulit sa tao.
Wala na ata, Doc, tapos na.
Sa-
Hindi.
Hindi,
Babalik na ata si Dean ng 23.
And then,
And then, di ba 26 yung ano
Final
natin?
defense.
Then, yung presentation natin doon sa model evaluation. So, baka
Pwede siya. Hindi tayo.
no, with proposal.
Okay, proposal.
And final defense.
The final defense.
Kasi tapos sila nag-propose. Di upo si sir pag final defense.
Ano maabutan niya kayo dito?
Definitely.
We will inform the dean. Oh, medyo matras pa yung dila ko dun sa uniform.
Maganda yun, Doc, para magganyan-ganyan yung ano yun.
Maganda ang
Shade.
Para may oo.
Kasi sa audio, sila kumain na talaga.
Pero kung i-allow sana nila yung experimental na sunod.
Oh,
I mean,
Kasi sayang ed kami, Doc. Ayaw nila na
Pure experimental daw.
kami. Na experimental.
I mean, yung field, sir, conducted research talaga yung field. And lab.
Should
Ang ayaw
be, should be
More
aligned to,
social.
aligned to education daw, Doc.
So yung topic na dapat align sa
Education. Mga trends, yes po.
Ang gusto kasi namin sa amin, Doc, is purely experimental.
Policy research.
naman. Hindi.
Pero ang hirap.
Mahirap
Mahirap
na.
lang experimental research kasi yung ano yung
Testing.
control factor, how do you control the variables?
Yes.
But at least, Doc,
Yun yung expertise
yung field.
Sana kasi pag ganun lang bukas yung interview.
Yes, Doc, like kung crops, kaya na siguro, Doc, kasi
At least quasi experimental, not the
Pwede iwasan. Pre-test and post-test. Controlled and experimental.
mas lakas din tulad ko.
Pwede.
Sir,
Okay.
Sir Eugene.
So, continue to provide training for stakeholders on evaluation methods. So, to enhance the quality and relevance of the evaluation, it is important to offer training to stakeholders on basic evaluation techniques and tools. And also to promote collaborative data collection and analysis. So I encourage stakeholders to be actively involved in the data collection and analysis processes. And lastly, to ensure inclusivity in stakeholder representation. So it is important to ensure that all relevant groups, including marginalized and underrepresented communities, are included in the stakeholder engagement process. So here are our documentations po.
Doc, ang layo niya.
Ang layo yan, Doc. 1 hour from here.
More than pa siguro, kasi
And yung ano?
road, zigzag.
Akyat ka ng ano? Dudok. Pero papasok ka kasi sa loob niya, Doc eh.
Pababa.
Pababa.
Actually, Doc, Vercon sila dun, parang close
Ano,
area
close.
sila lang.
Parang compound.
They have their own dialect, Doc. They have their own preserved dialect. And the houses, pare-parehas.
Parang
Same
mix.
house nila. The same
Old,
style.
parang yung
It's like
old
in the
houses
vegan.
in the vegan.
Yeah, that's
Ganun, Doc.
Madaling diba?
Inday. Inday sa
Si video.
Ay, wala. Ay, oo pa.
Kabol.
Ang siga paglakad ng nakablock.
Naka?
Hindi ka ba pala nakaso? Nakaranas.
Alam mo tayo siya nag-review.
Yes, Doc. Ang gawin siya. It's really...
Nag-start siya kahapon ba? Yung sabi
Ang
niya.
kaya,
Tsaka mahirap siya, Dok.
But it's expensive, Doc. That's 5,000.
5,000.
Yung ginagawa niya is 5,000 pesos.
Depende sa pattern.
Pattern, depende sa pattern. Ha?
Oo.
Yung
Yes.
bahag is like 3.5.
Yung katulad ng sa
Yung cute na bahag lang, Dok, parang ganito lang kahaba. 3.5.
3.5.
Mahal po.
Pero ang hirap, ang hirap ng ano niya. Sobrang hirap ng ano niya.
Yan yung old pa din.
Kaya hindi natin nakita yung malaki.
Oo, yung isa.
Yung binabalik yung mga tinatapakan nila, may tinatapakan sila.
Yan po yung namin elementals.
Yan po yung mga estudyanteng nawawala.
Mga yagi.
Si
Yung isang IT.
Ada, that's Lola Ada.
and then
Teacher.
Teacher Rachel.
Talaga ni.
then
Wala na.
That ends up.
Pero random lang kasi, Dok, na medyo baka makuhan. Kasi IP sila, Dok.
Question from the other.
Yes, Ma'am Ivy.
Oy, no more questions.
Were there any challenges you have encountered when you encourage the participants? And how did you address this challenge?
Yes, Doc. Kasi the barangay officials inform us that actually we are not allowed to interview in that isolated area. We need to get a permit from the NCI because these are indigenous people. And also, if you interview them,
You will
you need to pay
may
a certain amount na kailangan ibigay mo dun. So, ang ginawa na lang namin niya, nagtanong na lang sa kanila yung sino yung pwede
Pasayla.
na-
Ay, parang papuan na lang.
Oo.
Pakwentuhan. ganun.
Hindi naman natin yung food.
Oo.
Hindi tayo ng food.
Pero nagbigay na lang kami ng merienda kanina. Ay, hindi pala tayo
Kasi it's been a
nag-document.
practice to na parang pag
Pumunta doon.
pupunta doon, meron kaming parang
Para token.
Yes.
Kahit ano.
So, good thing na
May dala.
Tsaka lahat kanina nang napasbayan natin.
Binigyan
ni Ma'am Mildo. Kasi ang tawag niya kanina, auntie. Ang akala namin kakilala niya personally, like they are relative. Pero hindi pala. Ganun daw yung... Ano yun na ganun?
kasi if we will trace yung na halos magkakakaan sila.
Ito yung bahay nila, grabe, ang ganda.
They have
I
their
picture. I have a picture.
Tapos may chapel na sila dun, Dok. Lapa.
Tanggalin mo yung answer.
Pero sa ISU, gumagawa kayo ng program ba? Nag-iiba lang kayo ng program.
Yes, so. So, for
So, nasa yung mga documents mo?
Impact assessment.
na-include na, hinahanap ko siya actually.
Oh,
More on impact assessment.
Awan.
Hinahanap nila.
Awan sounds na yan. Awan
So,
sounds.
meron siyang
Pagsa may sounds na awan sounds na yan.
mid-term, tsaka long-term. Started lang sila. So, yung short-term assessment nila, more on instructions. Ayun, doon sa scenario. So, parang yung mid-term, 1 to 3 years, and then yung the long run, hanggang 5 years.
Pero yung impact, as a part of the community, were you able to assess yung impact, yung implication ng program?
Yes, Doc. Because, for example, yung isang activity na
Yung bahay nila,
is,
pare-parehas.
nung napansin ko sila, nagkaroon ng parang landscaping, tapos hindi lahat may access ng kuryente. So, natulungan sila, nalagyan na ng solar, tapos nagkaroon ng landscape yung area. Since that's a tourist spot po, tourist area, ang city in-apply ang planning for award, may award po sila eh. And that's one of the,
Heritage.
yes,
Not necessarily heritage.
opo. Parang regarding tourism yung award nila, may nakuha naman po silang award. And then, ayun, we consider naman po yun as one of the impacts.
pero may mga bahay na modernized na.
Meron. May park.
Starts sila sa base.
Pero color
Naglagay na din si Sir Eric ng code, Dok. Like kapag masyadong from Canada. So, kasi medyo na po, pare-parehas, Dok. Ganyan po yung design ng house niya.
Yung recent na bagyo do, siya yung nagtanggal ng mga bubong ng mga kahoy pa. Yung house na kahoy po, that's way back 18 1900s,
1930.
Opo. And then the church there, talagang, yun pa lang, yung church alone is parang
18.
symbol and parang evidence that
Yes.
Wala tayong picture ng church.
Meron.
meron.
Picture ako.
Tapos Doc, yung church, andun yung dalawang first na pari niya, kapsat. Oo, na namatay, andun na din.
American.
1870s namatay sila ng 1970s.
Along the way.
Residence. Yung cemetery po sa ito yung bahay, dito na po yung tuwihan po nga ng mga
Yung church.
the church.
No, the tourism. Video. Kasi mo, sir? Pero yung pari na dalawa din na mga Amerikano. Wala.
Oo, Amerikano nga sila. Amerikano sila.
American.
Hindi picture naman yung
1972, 1986.
same natatay.
Hindi, actually, si Doc lang doon, may kamukha siya pari. So, Doc, the one who waved at you,
Wala mo, sir, Carl.
believe that, I remember now, their priest, you look like him. That's why I said it for them.
Kaya, kasi nagpapapicture sila kanina sa kanya doon. Kapsan, di ba? Kinagpapapicture na tatay Kenyana.
Parang at least na si Sir
Lord, that's the widely incarnation.
They kept staring at me.
lahat ng mga bata flex word.
Mamaya na lang siguro.
Or pakita na lang kay Doc. Pakita ba tayo?
Oh, other questions?
Alam, gusto na mo dun. Enough. That's enough.
I have a big question on the variables of the profile part, such as the age or the gender and the civil status. How it contribute to the understanding of the effectiveness of the community-based project evaluations at the KSU. And another question is, can this variable significantly influence the evaluation outcomes?
Definitely, sir, because profiling the people in the barangay is really important as part of the KSU extension programs. You have to identify who are your stakeholders, who are these people receiving the projects. Are they capable of receiving these projects?
And giving back also
Yes.
to the community.
So it's really important that you have to identify their ages, their gender, as well as their civil status. Supposedly we did not include. Supposedly we will include their monthly income, but of course that's really confidential. We can concept as per the barangay officials, so we remove it. So we only get the age, gender, and civil status. Ethnicity, it's very obvious that they are Kalinga. So, and the dialect they speak, they have their own dialect, of course. So that's really important for us to identify who are your participants, who are these people receiving the projects.
And to ask yung gender so that yung activity
Oo,
Is
preference.
realistic.
Yes,
Yung
align
weaving
with
only
their
for women. Siyempre for weaving, mostly it's for women. Really.
Pwede naman ba dito?
Pero meron naman mga lalaki.
Hindi ka dyan, sensitive doon.
Oo, yan ay sensitive.
Just to follow up on the age bracket, sir. What made you think of categorizing the gender, the age to 56 to 55 to 65, 44 to 54? Do you have a literature that is 55 to 65 have the same characteristics? We are looking for the characteristics for it.
Yes, that's correct. So actually, we use the 10 interval. Well, it's up in your own technique how will you attack the statement of the problem. So in our team, we talk and we come up with 10 interval since it's really extreme. one of the respondents is around 65 and one is around 30 plus. So it's really extreme. So we need to compact it into 10 interval. Kasi pag gagawin mong 5 yan, definitely ang haba ng table mo. Kung gagawin mong 3, definitely mahaba ang table mo, di ba? So we will, how do you call it, 10 interval para mas compact. Because the age range is really extreme. Napaka-low at saka napaka-high. But it always depends on how you attack it.
Kasi I saw answer 43, from 43, the next one is 44.
Yes.
And if we look into the characteristics of these weavers, maybe from the 40s have the same characteristics, so that in our interpretation, we will have a more comprehensive one since they do belong in the same age bracket.
That's exactly. Kasi these senior people, example, she's 63 years old, and she said that she is willing to pass it to the next generation, which is around 30-something the age, something like that. That's why it's really, it always depends on how you do it, and it always depends on the age of your respondents.
Are they now capable to transfer the competency?
Yes.
It has something to do with transferring of the cultural icon from one generation to another. Para hindi namamatay yung culture-based skills. Diba? Yung tradition. Tradition should be passed from one generation to another. So yung mga nasa age bracket na 55 to 65, are they now capable of transferring the skills?
Yes. Daw kasi kapag merong community and sila din yung nagtuturo mismo personally sa mga
learners din.
I think the one with the 63-year-old, she has the granddaughter, right? And
yes.
She's willing to teach the granddaughter to pass it on.
Yes, she's willing. But how about
is she competent to receive the
how ready
she is?
How ready and na-execute yung kanyang competency.
Correct.
Kasi competent ka nga, pero you are not willing to share or to pass your skills to the next generation.
No, I think that aspect.
So that's what they call technology transfer, di ba?
Yes.
They have their own technology. That's what they call technology transfer.
Correct.
But I'm thinking the educational aspect may also play a role there because maybe, for instance, looking at the granddaughter she was talking about, she would prefer to always be in class, to go to school than to sit with the grandmother to learn them. Because there is a school there. So it means that
you should have an intervention here to that transfer of technology from one generation to another. Yes.
One of the Naneng was one of the local of the study with the documentation of ethno-medicinal plants. And although we have FPI safety prior informed consent, the respondents are hesitant to share any information because they mentioned that UP Diliman, UP Los Baños, and other high universities in Manila, including the LSU or even Adamson, have visited the place already, and they've asked the same questions that we've asked them. So, for me, personally, in the internet, wala kaming nakikita documentation from the same study that we've conducted. So, we assume that this study is a dissertation na hindi na-publish. So, nagkakaroon ng, in as much as we want to transfer the traditional knowledge to the next generation, and we researchers are conducting documentation to preserve that, naging parang reasons din ng mga respondents, yung researcher, para hindi ibigay yung information. So actually natakpakan na-observe namin yun in the during documentation.
So what can you do as the educator, as an educator, or as a major stakeholder of ASU? I think you have a responsibility towards the community. Kasi hindi sila well educated, although meron silang skills. Ang tawag dyan ay walang formal education. Nakuha nila yung kanilang galing through non-formal education. So, anong gagawin ng education? I think you have the responsibility towards that community. Kasi you have to salvage the culture. Maraming tribal group or maraming indigenous group na ang kultura ay namamatay. Because kasi ayaw nila. So, I think it has something to do with reorienting them